In the fifth film, Hermione Granger says, "It feels great, breaking the rules." And that's something very out of character for her, yeah. Anyway, Merlin's beard, I must get to the point. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and this is a review of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is a review of the movie, not the book. It's not a review of the book. That's not an option because I haven't read the book, yeah. So here we are, it's year 6, yeah, and it's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, so they're all, the lead characters are 16 now. And this one is very dark and sinister, yeah. It's weird, I used to think the third one was quite a dark sense. Well, not compared to this. No, this is much more gritty, much more controversial and stuff, yeah. And so, yes, I think this is, yeah, the darkest one yet, yeah. And it's filmed in like a dark, eerie light as well, yeah. Basically, in the opening sequence, Harry Potter is in the Muggle world, in a London train station, and he tries his luck with a waitress, and you know, it's sort of like he's questioning his superpowers, you know. Is being a wizard such a great thing? Can't I just be like a normal, ordinary person? Wouldn't that be a happier life? Yeah. Well, every great hero at some point in his life questions his powers. Is it so great having adventures? Wouldn't it be okay? Wouldn't it be better to have a normal life? But then afterwards, reality sinks in, and Harry realizes he has a responsibility. You know, he's got friends and loved ones in the wizard world. You know, and he's got to look after them. Yeah. Anyway, Albus Dumbledore seems to have turned himself into a portkey. I mean, he's still the same shape and everything, but you hold his arm and you teleport somewhere else. Anyway, they go to a house that's been attacked by Death Eaters. Now, as I said, I haven't read the book. I got a bit confused. I used to think Dementors and Death Eaters were the same thing. No, they're not. Dementors are skeletons in cloaks that drain all the happiness out of you. Death Eaters are evil wizards that have escaped from Azkaban, the prison surrounded by water, like Alcatraz. Anyway, the Death Eaters are evil wizards that sort of fly in the air, leaving trails of smoke behind, and they drain the life out of you. So they kill people, basically, yeah. Anyway, a new character, Horace Slughorn, is in a house that's been attacked by Death Eaters. He disguises himself as an armchair. So when it's safe to come out, he transforms back into his human form. And he's played by Jim Broadbent. Now, the Harry Potter films have always had some of the top British actors in them, so it was only a matter of time before Jim Broadbent was in them, in one of them. And he used to be a professor at Hogwarts, and he's resuming his old job there. But he knows something really important. He won't say what it is. So Albus asks Harry to spy on him, basically, yeah. And after a lot of spying, Harry realises he needs more direct action, so he drinks a bit of the luck potion. Doesn't give him amazing powers or anything, no. It just makes him know stuff, know to be in the right place at the right time. So he just happens to bump into Slughorn and goes, "Oh, that was a bit of luck," yeah. And then just happens to go to Hagrid's, knowing that he'll be there anyway. Yeah, that was a bit of luck. And he knows how to say the exact right things to get the information out of him. Yeah, luck. What luck? Yeah. And he says that you used to teach Tom Riddle, who was really Voldemort, at this school. And, something he said that was really disturbing. What was it? And Slughorn's like, no, I won't tell you. You must tell me. My mother gave her life to save me. If you don't tell me, you're disgracing her memory. So, yes, Harry says the exact right things, yeah. And Slughorn won't openly tell him. Instead, using his magic wand, he takes the memory out of his brain, gives it to Harry, who puts it in like a little glass bottle. He takes it to Albus Dumbledore, and they convert it into images. And this is what they see. Tom Riddle, who Albus discovered at an orphanage, you know, and he knew about his magic powers and then took him to Hogwarts. If he hadn't done that, he would never have gone on to be the evil wizard that he is, but of course Albus Dumbledore didn't know that. Anyway, when he was a student at Hogwarts, and he was called Tom Riddle, very mysterious character, hard to figure out how apt that his surname is Riddle. Anyway, he's interested in Horcruxes. He asks Slughorn what is a Horcrux, even though technically he knows himself. But anyway, and he says that's something that if you die, it can be any object that part of your soul is inside it, so that you can come back to life. Yeah, but it comes at a terrible price. To make a Horcrux, you have to commit murder, because your soul becomes split if you commit murder. So yes, that's how you make a Horcrux. You have to commit murder. And Tom Riddle says, what if you had 7 of them? He goes, oh no, then you'd have to kill 7 times. 7 murders, that's horrendous, yeah. The number 7 seems symbolic because there's 7 days a week and 7 Harry Potter books, yeah. Anyway, then Tom Riddle simply says, I was just talking hypothetically, I wouldn't actually do it, yeah. So yeah, it's very creepy at a young age. Now, don't get me wrong, the Horcruxes, I thought that was a good idea. That was a good twist, and that there's 7 of them, they're normal everyday objects. What I didn't like, one of the Horcruxes is a ring. Oh, come on, you can't do that. That's the same as Lord of the Rings. Yeah, a ring being something that preserves the soul. You know, no, you can make it any object other than a ring. That would have been better. But one of them is, I think, the wedding ring of Voldemort's mother or something. Anyway, so yes, it's very dark and sinister. We see the Weasleys' house burnt down. Okay, that's not a living person, that's a building, but even so, it's like the loss of a friend. All those happy memories in the Weasleys' house, you know, and it had to be really tall to accommodate all these people. Yeah, that's very sad. Hagrid's nice little cottage that he lives in on the school grounds is burnt down. Aragog, the spider that was Hagrid's friend that can talk, that dies. Oh dear, this is really dark, really sinister. And most horribly of all, Albus Dumbledore died. Well, he doesn't die by chance, he's murdered by Snape. Now that genuinely shocked me, that Snape would kill him, yeah. Because I always knew Snape was a bit mean, a bit nasty, but no, I never thought he'd be capable of murder. Yeah, and also it shocked me because just before he dies, Albus says to Harry, go and get Snape, tell him about the Horcruxes, and tell no one else. Snape is a person you can trust. And then, yes, he kills him. Draco Malfoy was supposed to kill him, but he couldn't do it. Although he's a horrendous bully, he's not capable of murder. And why is it called the Half-Blood Prince? Well, Harry Potter finds this much earlier in the story, this book in a broom cupboard or something, about all this stuff about potions. So he learns all these hints, this notebook, and he gets so good. In fact, he's better than Hermione at potions. He's better than anyone, yeah. It just says this is the property of the Half-Blood Prince. And then after Albus Dumbledore is killed, naturally enough, Harry wants revenge, and he goes, well, come on, I'm Harry Potter, I can use my magic to attack. And he attacks Snape with these new curses that he's learned, but Snape can counter-attack any of them and says, you used my own spells on me. Yes, Harry, I am the Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, so we learn that. So yes, very gloomy, very sinister one this, yeah, but it never gets boring. It's never so doom and gloom that it's boring, and of course there are some lighter bits, some comic relief bits in there. Like, for instance, Lavender Brown is absolutely smitten with Ron. She thinks he's wonderful, thinks he's amazing. Yeah? Harry lies to Ron and tells him he's put some luck potion in his drink. He hasn't really, but he just told him that to give him the confidence to win a Quidditch match. Yes, Ron wins an epic Quidditch match. And yes, in the first film, it was Ron's fantasy to be a Quidditch champion. Yes, everyone thinks he's wonderful, so that's good. And of course, Ron is very happy to have a girlfriend, but this girlfriend has Lavender Brown, that's her name. She's a bit overwhelming, you know. She's absolutely smitten with him and is kissing all the time, you know. But a lot of fans wanted Ron to get it on with Hermione. Well, when he's had an accident and he's in hospital, in his sleep he mutters, Hermione, Hermione. Oh, God. And that annoys Lavender Brown big time, yes. Oh, God. The name he calls out when he's in distress is Hermione, yeah. And Harry does eventually get it on with Ginny Weasley. Wait a minute, what happened to Cho Chang? You know, Harry's girlfriend from the previous film and the one before that. Yes, the Scottish girl. What's happened to her? Presumably they've split up, but they could have had a scene where they split up. You can't just dismiss someone just like that, yeah. So that could have been done a bit better, yeah. And we have Harry at the very end says, I'm leaving now, leaving the school. And I'm not coming back. You know, enough is enough. This is the ultimate insult. Voldemort must be stopped completely, yeah. Oh, and there's another funny bit where a different character has put a love potion on Ron. Yeah, I remember getting confused the first time I saw her. I thought, does Ron really fancy her or her? What's going on? It makes sense when you've seen the film a few times. So yes, there's a mystery that needs to be solved. Draco Malfoy is evidently up to something, and Harry knows that from the start. So he uses his invisibility cloak to spy on him in the train. But Draco finds out, knocks him unconscious, and leaves him on the train in the hope that he won't go to Hogwarts at all. Luna, the loony, crazy character, she revives Harry before that happens, so gets him to Hogwarts safely. So yes, although she's a bit loony, she is a useful character. She's a good friend. And she says she wears shoes in her sleep, because sometimes she sleepwalks. And she's wearing a lion costume at one point. Why is Luna wearing fancy dress? It doesn't specify. Is it because she's mad, or is it just because, no, she just, not mad, she just doesn't care too much for conventional rules, yeah. And Ron's, his twin brothers now have their own business, their own little shop that sells amusing tricks with magic, yeah, to students. Yeah, that sounds right. Yes, they're very mischievous. So yeah. So in spite of the fact that it's very grim and very dark, it is an enjoyable story. Yes, and we see that yes now. Now that the followers of the evil Voldemort are committing out and out murder, yeah, and yeah, they've got to be stopped, yeah. And so this is they get darker and darker. The Harry Potter films. This one's really dark, and it's not the last one. There is more to come. Yeah. So although, in spite of all the dark, sinister stuff, I enjoyed it. Yes, you need to see it a few times, but yes, it is an enjoyable story. So that's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.